Greetings to you. My name is Larry Henderson. I've been a nurse for about 29 years now, and it has been my pleasure to help those in need of health care and also to help them explain not only what their illnesses are, but to also help them to understand what's going on inside their bodies. So today I'd like to do a little presentation to you on diabetes to help you and anyone that you may know be able to understand what's taking place inside your body. So I'll start by just saying this. The heart is a pump, and the heart, attached to it are veins and arteries. Veins carry blood back to the heart to be reoxygenated, and that's what the heart does. It reoxygenates that blood so that blood can then be carried out to their various parts of your body to supply your body with the oxygen it needs. Okay, so veins carry blood back to the heart to be reoxygenated, and arteries carry blood out to the various organs with oxygen. Okay, so just a quick review. Veins carry blood back to the heart to be reoxygenated, and arteries carry blood, that's oxygenated blood, from the heart and out to the various organs and parts of your body to supply your body with the oxygen and the nutrients it needs. Okay? All right. Oxygenated blood carries what we call hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is the oxygen-carrying component of the red blood cell. So oftentimes when, a patient comes in, they feel very sluggish, one of the things we do is a test called a CBC to determine their hemoglobin levels. Because if their hemoglobin levels are low, that is an indication that they may be losing blood, okay? Because your hemoglobin level should be at a certain level, okay? So we look at those levels to determine if there could possibly be a leak somewhere, okay? All right. But diabetes also affects the hemoglobin, and I like to do a little demonstration, which is very simple, but it will certainly help you to understand what is happening when a person has diabetes, okay? All right. So if you take a look at these two glasses here, these two glasses represent regular blood, and I'm just going to pour the solution back and forth to these glasses, and this represents normal blood flow, okay? And as you can see, the blood is flowing very easily without any resistance, back and forth from glass to glass. This is not blood, by the way. I use Kool-Aid, but it looks like blood, so I figured this would be the best thing for me to use to do this demonstration. Okay? All right. So this represents blood in its normal form. Okay? Now, take a look at this. Okay, I'm just going to stir this up a little bit. Okay. Now take a look at this. Hold on just a moment. I don't know if you can notice how thick this is, but this is really thick. This is thicker than syrup. It's loaded with sugar. And this is the way your blood looks like when you have diabetes. The pancreas in your body, which regulates your sugar levels, is unable to do it on its own. So what happens is there's so much sugar in your bloodstream that the hemoglobin, the oxygen carrying component, doesn't have enough room to get in there because the sugar is invading your arteries. Remember, the arteries carry the blood to the various organs in your body. So now there's so much sugar that you're not getting enough oxygen to the various organs in your body. And so what happens is those organs begin to die off. It primarily affects your eyes, your kidneys, and your feet. Okay? So as that thick, sugar-rich blood dominates those arteries, those organs are not getting the oxygen they need. So that's why people with diabetes, they develop glaucoma because they're not getting the proper circulation to their eyes, and they're getting sugar instead of oxygenated blood, and so they develop glaucoma and eventually go blind. This is why people with diabetes, they develop kidney failure because the kidneys become overloaded with all this sugar that has invaded the body, and it gets to the point where they can no longer filter all this sugar, and so the kidneys need help, and that's why people have to go on dialysis. This is why people with diabetes end up having amputation, because your feet are the farthest away from your heart, so that blood has to travel a long way to get to your feet, and once it gets there, it has so much sugar and not enough oxygen that your tissues begin to die off, and then you develop what they call gangrene. And then once you get the gangrene in your body, there's no more circulation, and so they begin cutting off the toes, and eventually if the diabetes can be controlled, you eventually develop poor circulation in your legs, and it results in amputations above or below the knee. So it's important to understand what's going on in your body, because diabetes is so dangerous because it's silent. It's damaging your body, and you really don't understand what's going on until it's too late. A lot of people who are diagnosed with diabetes have already had it for 2 years already, because they didn't understand or realize what was going on in their body, but their sugar levels were high, and it was silently damaging their bodies. Okay, so you have about 15 million people in the world, in the U.S., who have diabetes diagnosed, but you have another 3 or 4 that are walking around with diabetes and they don't know it because you don't feel anything. You know, some of the symptoms you'd have though is you'd be very thirsty and you're urinating a lot because your kidneys are trying to get rid of all this sugar. You know, and so I hope this has been helpful to you. And if you know someone who has diabetes or is newly diagnosed, you can show them this video and show them how this is affecting them. It has been a pleasure sharing this time with you, and I certainly hope that this has been beneficial. Have a wonderful day.